Good evening, everyone. Welcome to JSS course. I hope you all are preparing well for UPSC on 4th of October. So, all the best and best wishes to you. So, let's start the class. So, again, today all the questions are from science and technology. This is the first question for you. The first question says, consider the following statements about anti-satellite, that is ASAT missile. Fine. The first says it is a part of Mission Shakti, which is a joint program of DRDO and ISRO. So this statement is correct. The second says for a country to have such a capability, it must be a member of NPT Non-Proliferation Treaty. This statement is obviously wrong. It's a common sense. So only one is the correct answer. So A will be the correct answer here. Fine. So what is this Mission Shakti? So Mission Shakti is a joint program of DRDO and ISRO. And as a part of the mission, an anti-satellite weapon was launched and targeted an Indian satellite which had been decommissioned. Mission Shakti was carried out from DRDO's testing range in Odisha, Balasore. Now, what is the significance of this mission? So, India is the only fourth country to acquire such a specialized and modern capability. And the entire effort is indigenous. Till now, only US, Russia and China had the capability to hit a live target in the space. So by this mission, now India is fully capable to safeguard our space assets. That's all. Now question number 2 says Ind Space X in news. What is this? So it is whether it is India's first space warfare, or exercise to intercept a satellite, or DRDO exercise to clean space debris, or first uncrewed experimental space. So the correct answer is it is India's first space warfare exercise. Fine. So this is a self-explanatory question based on facts. So we'll move to the next question. Question number 3 is again on Chandrayaan. So the first statement says it is a completely indigenous mission. So this statement is correct, and that is why it is a very famous scheme. The second says it will be first mission to the far side of the moon. This statement is wrong because Chandrayaan 2 will be the first mission to explore the moon's south polar region. Fine. The third says if successful, India will become the second country to soft land on moon. This statement is also wrong because India will be only the fourth country to make a soft landing on the lunar surface after the former Soviet Union, then US and China. So which answer will be the correct? The correct answer will be option number A. Now, so validation. So this Chandrayaan 2 mission will help us to gain a better understanding of the origin and evolution of the moon by conducting detailed topographic studies, comprehensive mineralogical analysis, and a host of other experiments on the lunar space. Fine. Now, what is the objective of this mission? So the objectives are like extensive mapping of the lunar surfaces to study variation in lunar surface composition, then studies of extent of water molecule distribution, then exploring the lunar south pole, and the mission attempted to soft land, that is lander that is called Vikram, and the rover that is called Pragyan. That's all. We'll move to the next question. So we have to consider the correct statements about eugenics. Fine. So the first says it is a science of improving the human species. So this statement is correct. The second says it encourages healthy superior people to reproduce and discourage the reproduction of the mentally challenged or anyone who fell outside the social norm. So this appears to be a little strange, but this statement is also correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct. So C is the correct answer. Now let us see what is this eugenics. So eugenics is the science of improving the human species by selectively mating people with specific desirable hereditary traits. It aims to reduce human suffering by breeding out diseases, disabilities, and so-called undesirable characteristics from the human population. Now, modern eugenics, more often known as human genetic engineering, has come a long way scientifically and ethically and offers hope for treating many devastating genetic illness. Even so, it remains controversial. Now, why it is controversial? Because while the eugenic principles have been practiced as early as in ancient Greece, the contemporary history of the eugenics belief began in the early 20th century when a popular eugenics movement emerged in the United States. Now, why this is controversial? Because if some of you have read Plato, then Plato also suggested that the ablest of man in the Greece should be married to the ablest of women, so that the future generation will become a able generation. So human rights activists, they normally believe that this kind of mentality, this kind of mindset is against the provision of human rights. That's all. We'll move to the next question. So question number 4 is about what is this template that was in news. So it's a program to investigate how new stars are born. NASA mission to study the Trojan asteroids or a study to observe and understand the universe, or a program to study and affect the solar flare. So what is the correct answer? So template is nothing but template is a program to investigate how the new stars are born. Option number A is the correct answer. Now let us see why this was in news, because NASA is planning to investigate how new stars are born by using James Webb Space Telescope. For this, they will take the help of natural phenomena called gravitational lensing. Now program is also called template. Why? Because template is a short form. The full form is targeting extremely magnified panchromatic lensed arcs and their extended star formation. Now this phenomenon of gravitational lensing occurs when a huge amount of matter, such as a massive galaxy or cluster of galaxy, creates a gravitational field that distorts and magnifies the light from objects behind it, but in the same line of sight. That's all. Now this question is again a very easy question, and we have covered such a question. Vikram and Pragyan seen in news is recently. What is this? So we have already covered this question. So we'll just see Vikram and Pragyan are nothing but the lander and rover of ISRO's Chandrayaan mission. That is option number B. Now Chandrayaan 2 is a completely indigenous lunar mission that will boldly go where no country has ever gone, the moon's south polar region. Now the mission will help us gain a better understanding of the origin and evolution of the moon by conducting detailed topographic studies and also analyze the other experiments on the lunar surface. Fine. Now what is this Vikram? So Vikram lander is named after Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, and Pragyan, which means wisdom in Sanskrit, is a rover, a 6-wheeled robotic vehicle that can communicate only with the lander and leverage solar energy for its functioning. That's all. Now question number 7, which of the following statements are correct regarding Ramanujan mission? Fine. So you must have seen the movie Shakuntala Devi also, and Ramanujan is also here. So it is an algorithm that performs an unconventional function. So this statement is correct. The second says it has developed by the scientists from the Israel Institute of Technology. This statement is also correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct. C is the correct answer. So let us see some more detail about this Ramanujan mission. So Ramanujan mission, scientists from Israel Institute of Technology have developed a concept, and they have named it Ramanujan mission after the Indian mathematician. Now it is not really a machine but an algorithm that performs a very unconventional function. Now why it has been named after this Ramanujan? So the algorithm reflects the way Srinivas Ramanujan worked during his brief life, and with a very little formal training he engaged with the most celebrated mathematicians of his time, particularly during his stay in England, where he eventually became a fellow of the Royal Society and earned a research degree from Cambridge. Now throughout his life, Ramanujan came up with novel equations and identities, including equations leading to the value of pi, and it was usually left to formally trained mathematicians to prove this. Fine. So the great mathematicians of our country. Let us move to the next question. Question number 8. So consider the following statement regarding hydrothermal carbonization technology. The first is it can convert wet municipal solid waste to biofuel, soil amendment and absorbent. This statement is correct. The second says this technology can be used to generate energy from solid waste with low moisture current. This statement is wrong because the requirement is not low moisture current but the requirement is of high moisture current. Second is wrong, so only one is the correct. A is the correct, so one A will be the correct answer here. Now some validation. So what is this hydrothermal carbonization technology? So a research team at IIT Kharagpur has developed a technology which can generate energy from solid waste with high moisture content. So it can obviously help us to deal with the problem of pollution. That is a very massive issue in our country. Now the moisture in the waste is used to the advantage of the process, which uses water for the reaction, and the biofuel generated as the recovered output can help curb air pollution. And the technology can be used for civic bodies to effectively manage the solid waste. Once the organic waste is entered into the process, the output wastes are all usable. That's all. Now question number 9, we have also done one question on food fortification in the last class. So this question is also about food fortification. So the first says it is an addition of key vitamins and minerals to staple foods such as rice, milk and salt. This is very easy to guess. This statement is correct. The second says the manufacturers of the fortified food are required to provide a quality assurance undertaking. So this is also correct after the new norms and notification by the government. The third says packaging and labeling of the fortified food must state the food fortificant added logo and the tagline Sampoorn Poshan Swasth Jeevan. This statement is also correct. All the statement 1 and 2 and 3 are correct. This is the correct answer here. Now let us see about some more detail about food fortification in India. So India's National Nutritional Strategy 2017 had listed food fortification as one of the interventions to address anemia, vitamin A and iodine deficiency apart from supplementation and dietary diversification. Now the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India made standards for fortification in the food safety and standards. With respect to 5 staples, that is wheat, rice, milk, oil and salt. Now the food companies who wish to add micronutrients to this staple sold in the packages will also have to follow the standards set by FSSAI, and if the product is fortified according to the standards, the package will carry a label that is F plus level, so that will help the customer to buy the food in an efficient way and transparent way. Now this is the last question for you on Samundrayaan project. So what is this? It is an ocean project of ISRO to carry Warrior in the deep ocean. Pilot project of Ministry of Earth and Sciences, Ministry of Home project to strengthen maritime security, a project of Ministry of Defense to develop indigenous nuclear. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is option number B. It is a pilot project of Ministry of Earth Sciences for deep ocean mining for rare minerals. So rare mineral, nowadays rare mineral has become very important, especially when we are having a kind of tussle or friction with China. So let us see about Samundrayaan project. So Samundrayaan is a pilot project of Ministry of Earth Sciences for deep ocean mining for rare minerals. Now the indigenously developed vehicle is capable of crawling on the seabed at the depth of 6 km for 72 hours. Now the success of Samundrayaan will help India join the League of Developed Nations to explore minerals from the oceans. Now we also have a good news because India has been allocated a site of 75,000 square kilometers in the Central Indian Ocean Basin by International Seabed Authority for exploration of polymetallic nodules from seabed, and you might be knowing that polymetallic nodules are very useful for the development of India. So that's all for today. I hope you liked the class, and I hope that you're also watching all the videos, the speeches, the interviews that we are posting on daily basis of the interviews. Please watch all those interaction with the toppers and get some kind of inspiration, motivation, your strategy. Thank you very much.